If there was an award for stupidity, these people would all be winners. Already in trouble for breaking the law, they walk from court and commit the same offence again. This time, we're right there.
Several times.
Exiting the car park in about 10 seconds.
Why didn't you run away like this in the first place instead of driving, mate?
If you're come up to my face again, I'll guarantee I'll break your nose.
You can only say that they're quite stupid in their actions.
I'll be heading off docking at second, mate.
They're stupid, brazen and have no respect for the law.
Any last words, Brandon?
You.
We're undercover with police in a joint sting as they crack down on repeat offenders so cocky they commit the same crime again only minutes after leaving court.
You knew you were doing the wrong thing.
But what's the point of filming this?
It's quite apparent that they don't have any respect for what the magistrate has discussed with them in court.
We're targeting a local courthouse, watching as regular clients file in to face a magistrate. Little do they know, undercover officers and our cameras are in the car park across the road.
Command to the Southport unit containing Cam.
And we don't have to wait long before the first incident. Police officers inside the court send a message that Perry Bryars has just appeared and is leaving court. He's just been found guilty of driving unregistered, uninsured and unaccompanied while on his learners, as well as having false number plates on his car. His punishment, a fine of $1,456. Yet, despite still not having a driver's licence, Perry Bryars walks directly across the road from court and gets straight back behind the wheel of his waiting car.
I've just got a male jump into a ute right out the front of the courthouse here. White utility. It's a Ford Courier, an older model. Maori guy. He hasn't actually driven yet.
Officers stand by as he prepares to break the law yet again.
He's just went down the window, got the keys in the ignition now.
Brazen as you like, he drives off, but his joyride is cut short around the corner.
Can I just get you to hand me the keys? Can I get you to stay right here, okay?
Tim from Channel 9, why were you driving your car, mate?
I don't want to talk to you.
You just got done in court literally 2 minutes ago for driving on your L's with false number plates, and then you came out of court and you've just hopped straight back in your car.
It's my only way to get here.
He doesn't have an excuse and lands himself another court date.
Do you feel a bit stupid at the moment?
Yes.
Back at court, police spot Bagu Krikic walking out after being convicted of drink driving.
Guy in a maroon jumper, disqualified driver. No, he's by himself. Just want to make sure we've got a crew on standby.
Despite the magistrate just giving him a 3-month suspension, he heads to a side street where he thinks nobody can see him jump into a car.
Have you guys got eyes on him in a vehicle? Yeah, mate, yeah, we just better get up behind him now.
A 21-year-old P-plater doesn't get far before officers swoop.
Yeah, I was just driving to just get this car home.
Yeah, but you've just been disqualified in court.
I understand, but there's no way I could have got this car home, so...
It's not only disqualified drivers getting caught out. In the car park, police notice a man acting suspiciously. He's pulled over when he drives out, but a police check reveals he actually does have a current driver's licence.
And what were you in court for?
I've been caught on other matters.
Turns out Anthony Mark Walter has just been sentenced to 2 years probation after being found guilty of 6 upskirting offences. And he's just about to be charged with offence number 7.
Right, so this has indicated to me that you've blown over the legal alcohol limit. So at this point in time, you're going to be detained for the purpose of further testing.
He's been drinking wine from a plastic bottle inside his car. Anthony Walter claims he's only had a mouthful, but he blows more than 3 times the legal limit. Police take him away to lay charges. Other officers, meanwhile, are waiting nearby for the day's biggest target. It's people like the owners of this car who infuriate police. This bloke, 24 years old, he has 5 pages of traffic history and owes $10,000 in fines. Yet, despite being convicted in court yet again today and having no driver's licence, he walked straight back and got behind the wheel. His name is Brandon Jeff Collier, a repeat unlicensed driver. He leaves court after being sentenced to 80 hours community service, but heads to his car he's parked around the corner. Undercover police rush to keep him under surveillance, but in an indication of how stupid and shameless Brandon Collier is, he walks straight past traffic police who pulled over another car for a roadside check. Brandon does have a very quick look around, yet despite the court warnings and the $10,200 in outstanding fines, he chooses to break the law again.
He's been pulled over.
You're aware that you don't have a driver's licence? What did the magistrate say to you just then?
They're not to do it again.
Even though he's caught red-handed, an unrepentant Brandon is full of attitude.
Mate, you must be the worst offender going round. Why were you driving?
To get home, obviously, eh?
Why do you think you deserve to drive on the road when you've got no
I don't
licence?
deserve to drive on the road.
Mate, you just got done in court there.
Get me away from that.
It's disturbing that inside Brandon's car is a baby seat. Clearly, this man is no role model.
I'll be heading off docking at second, mate.
Mate, you're going back to jail, I think, mate.
And we were right. The day after we filmed this footage, a magistrate sentenced Brandon Collier to 1 month's jail for thumbing his nose at the law. His car was also impounded.
Any last words, Brandon?
You.
Look, this is the type of person that just does not care in terms of what the penalties are that are imposed upon him, and doesn't care about the consequences of his driving. He doesn't care that if the police are standing there, he's still going to drive his vehicle.
Senior Sergeant Jim Monkton from Queensland Police says there's nothing more frustrating than picking up the same person for the same crime time and time again.
People that do flaunt these conditions put themselves and other members of the public in danger, so it becomes very frustrating when we do have penalties imposed and they don't comply with those penalties.
Brandon Collier isn't the only driver to make threats after being caught.
I'm dealing with the consequences, aren't I, mate? Now you keep me off, you'll deal with the consequences too.
We watched as Tiago Fernando Silva walked from court after his case was adjourned. He's facing charges of contravening a police direction, driving uninsured, unregistered and unlicensed. Incredibly, he jumps into his car again, ensuring he's going to have more charges added to the list.
When did you lose your licence, mate?
A couple months ago.
Is there any reason why you're driving without a licence today?
No, there isn't, mate.
Tiago Silva has a history of unlicensed driving, and no court penalties seem to be sinking in. His excuse today, he woke up late after working a night shift.
Is that an excuse for breaking the law?
Not a legitimate excuse, mate.
Because you have been done for this before. This isn't the first time. You obviously didn't learn from the first time?
Nah, mate. Probably won't even learn this time.
Turns out Tiago also has a temper.
What guarantee is there that next time you're in court for unlicensed driving, you're not just going to do it again?
Well, if you're come up to my face again, I'll guarantee I'll break your nose.
Well, that's charming.
If it is, mate.
Incredibly, despite it not being the first time he's been caught, Tiago still asks police if he can drive away.
Am I able to drive out here and go get renewed?
The answer, no. And a troublemaker turns his attention to us instead, stalking me back to the police station, taking photos on his phone.
Most of these people will be repeat offenders for the course of their driving life.
In a nearby street, our cameraman spots Australian boxing identity Brad Hemming exiting a bottle shop and getting in his car. He's just been found guilty of driving uninsured, unregistered and with a suspended licence. His sentence, an $802 fine and a 6-month driving disqualification. Nevertheless, Brad Hemming ignores the magistrate and drives off, but police are on his tail and pull him over.
Brad, you were just disqualified by the court for 6 months.
His boxing nickname is the Glamour Boy, but how times have changed.
Mate, you're not a bad runner, if only you'd run to start off with instead of driving.
He disappears into a park, leaving behind his car to be towed. Brad Hemming is now booked in for round 2 with the magistrate next month.
Brad, remember to run away from court next time instead of driving.
Also attempting to give police the slip, John Peter Moyle. With a previous drink driving offence, he's back in court facing charges of disqualified driving and contravening a police direction. When his case is adjourned, he leaves court with a mate, but chooses to get in his car and drive off, even though his licence is still disqualified. We follow their vehicle, keeping police up to date.
And he's smiling, laughing.
Police say people like this need to understand that if they have an accident, because they're unlicensed, there's no insurance, and any innocent victims will be left with no compensation.
There is an impact both for the individuals involved and also for the wider community.
Officers intercept John Moyle's car further down the highway.
Yep, he's pulled over now.
It looks like it's been in a few scrapes before.
Mate, you're just in court for driving unlicensed. You don't have a licence. You came straight out of court and got in your car.
Do I have no right to privacy here at all?
No, you don't. Not when you're driving unlicensed on the road.
Police charge him again and he and his mate leave on foot.
Why didn't he drive?
Because I don't have a license.
But he doesn't have a licence either.
Police hope by putting people like this back in front of a magistrate, they'll either get the message or go to jail.
You need to abide by the conditions of those penalties and take a lesson from it.
I'm dealing with the consequences, aren't I, mate? Yeah? So off and go harass someone else.
Yeah, we're the bad guys here. Great initiative from the police, isn't it? And if you have a story for us or any video you think we should see, please email it in to the address on your screen.